What is up, YouTube? This is Bloodshine9001 bringing you some Titanfall beta gameplay. My friend FullMetalGuitar got the beta on Origin and allowed me to play on his computer with an Xbox controller because we're both going to get it on Xbox, so we figured using those controls would be better to get suited for the game when it finally comes out on Xbox. So I'm going to run through my opinion of the game, the gameplay mechanics, how it all works, and how it all blends together. I'll be comparing the game a lot to other games, but let me tell you right now, this is its own game. It is beautifully done. They didn't take anything from other games, they didn't steal anything. It has its own engine, I believe, and it's all just beautifully done. I only compare it to other things because some of it is similar, but blending it all together, it is its own game, and I love it. So, for starters, this match is on the map Angel City, playing Hardpoint. My friend FullMetalGuitar and I are switching off the controllers. You can see on the top right who's playing at what time. Typically we switch off at a death, but if the death was really fast, then we usually let the other person play more. Typically, FullMetalGuitar played this more like Call of Duty, where he would run around on the same plane and kind of try to shoot people, whereas I tried to do a lot of the wall jumping and wall running because it's just really fun, and from what I've seen and heard and played, it's really good to get to learn how to wall jump and wall run really fast because it's really good for battles or just maneuvering in general and staying alive. So the gameplay mechanics are pretty simple if you've played a shooter. You have mostly Call of Duty controls. Left stick is sprint or movement, but if you press it you sprint. Right stick is aim, right trigger shoots, right bumper will throw your grenade, left trigger aims down the sights. Left trigger uses an armor ability similar to how Halo Reach and Halo 4 did theirs. A will jump, and you can double jump in the air. If you run towards the wall and jump at it, you'll start wall running. If you jump while running, you'll wall jump. And that is the key point of this game, I think. The maneuverability. Titanfall has big titans, yes. But honestly, I think the wall running and wall jumping and the things you can do with that is so big that it really brings the game together and makes it its own. Otherwise, it would have just been a giant mecha game. But putting that aside, the wall running and wall jumping is really easy to pick up. I played Brink, which had a really nice mechanic for parkour, where if you were automatically sprinting, it would let you vault over things if you were light enough, and even wall jump. But it was a little, the timing was kind of precise on that. But look right here, I'm able to wall jump off of that wall, off of a pole, into my own Titan, and when I did it, it was really fluid, and I don't even remember jumping off of the pole, to be honest. Wall running and jumping is pretty simple, but being able to jump off of the pole I thought would be really hard. And here it's pretty simple to do. It's like natural. Now, in the Titan, you're a little limited to what you can do. Most people have said that you're tied to the roads and that you can't go through the buildings, and it's true. But I still think the Titans are really fast and maneuverable themselves because when they're sprinting, they're pretty fast. But they also have a dash, which, if you've ever played Armored Core, it's very similar to that. It's kind of like a mix between Halo and Armored Core, where you have the gunplay from Halo and the armor abilities and the shields, but you have the maneuverability of dashing and sidestepping like in Armored Core. And I think it blended together really nicely, because I always loved Armored Core games. And playing this, it made me feel like I was playing that, but even better, to be honest. So, that's the general gameplay and how it works. My personal opinion is, oh my god, this game is amazing! Seriously, I've been excited for this game for a while. The last game I was this excited for, from E3 and everything, was Dishonored. And that game turned out to be amazing, at least for me. And this is so good. I was automatically excited as soon as I saw the game. The more I saw gameplay for it, the more I was really excited. And then all of a sudden, I got to play it, which I didn't think I was going to do, and oh my god, it's amazing. It's easy to learn, and it's really fun to play, no matter what happens. It's not your typical shooter. I thought I was going to be able to do really well and everything, but they apparently made this game a lot more objective-oriented, where instead of having to get a lot of kills to get a lot of points, you could actually just capture the objectives and sometimes even come up on top. I had that happen to me a lot, where either I felt I was doing really good, but I was only killing people, and so I was actually on the bottom of the scoreboard, where there were times when I got no kills, but because I captured so many objectives, I actually got onto the top of the scoreboard. And I thought that was really cool and a big change from most other shooters, because most of the others, especially Call of Duty, reward you for killing, but not so much for playing the objective. In the end, the game really seems like it did something different from most other shooters, and it definitely will be the Call of Duty killer. Unless Call of Duty is able to do something phenomenal, but after seeing this, I don't think anything will trump this game, at least not for a while. So now I'm done with the general description and idea of Titanfall. I'll start just talking about some of the things I noticed while playing the game. So, when I first started playing as a Titan, and I think a lot of other people, when they first started playing as a Titan, felt like they'd be a super crazy tank who could just take all the damage for a team. But considering how many other Titans there are, and the fact that every single ground unit or pilot is equipped with an anti-Titan weapon, and some even equip themselves with a grenade that scrambles your radar and depletes your shield, it's really hard to survive as a Titan if you go in guns blazing, which is hard to realize at first, because it feels like you should be able to tank all the damage. But the gameplay as a Titan reminds me of the Silverback from Gears of War 3, where you would have to kind of hide behind cover and just hold back in camp more, because otherwise you just take a lot of damage from everything, because everything targets you when you're a big, heavy, slow-moving unit. So, in the end, I think you have to play smart with the Titan, not so much just as a tank. And the same goes for pilot. When you're playing as a pilot, you do have to play smart, and by that I mean be someone who can flank, who can outmaneuver their opponents, and who can just generally do all the crazy stuff that's available in Titanfall. Because I noticed when I or my friend would play like Call of Duty, where you just sprint and run around and do all that stuff and just try to shoot people, usually you got outgunned or outperformed by someone who could easily flip and jump and wall run and do all that crazy stuff available in the game. So you really need to learn how to play the game like that. So right there, during the gameplay, I noticed a lot during my games that when you punch a Titan, it doesn't do a whole lot of damage unless they're in the part where they're supposed to eject, which is denoted by the caution bar, I'll say, the yellow and black striped bar that slowly fills to red. Because when they have that bar, it means when you punch them, you'll rip the pilot out. But if you punch them without that there, you'll just do about a bar of health, maybe. But it's so slow and you can't really repeatedly punch that typically it's better to just use your guns and finish them with the punch if you can. But even then it's kind of risky, because a lot of people will have a thing that lets their Titan self-destruct, so you should only really punch them if you're sure you can rip the pilot out, because as soon as you rip the pilot out, it stops the self-destruction from happening, and you're free to survive, I guess. The other thing I like about the game is instead of having some kind of kill streak, or I'll say score streak, or just get a Titan for being good, you can always get a Titan because there's immediately a timer for you, which when you start the game it starts at I think 3 minutes, but for every kill, like I'm gonna get one right here, the countdown will go down by I think 30 seconds, and you can get your Titan early. And if you're using your Titan, you can actually, if you're skilled enough, get another countdown to go down faster, which allows you to use your Titan's core ability, which enhances your skill vastly. So I really like that they kind of reward you for playing well, but not in the sense of you get a better score or KDR. You just can do more with whatever your Titan is or your Titan's ability is. The only problem I found with Titan gameplay is that it seems better to leave your Titan roam around on autopilot, because the AI is so good it can get kills for you, even on other Titans, while you can run around and even use the Titan to your advantage to kill other Titans or other people. I remember I was in a Titan fight with another person, and I almost died, so I hopped out of the Titan to go flank the Titan that was killing me, so I could hop onto its back and kill it. And here, my Titan already killed it for me, so I hopped onto an exploding Titan and died in the process. But the Titan, while dying, could hold its own. So that just shows how good Titans are with the AI, but I think that maybe they either need to be toned down, or Titan gameplay yourself has to be really good. But maybe you just have to be really skilled with it or something. The only other thing I can really mention about the game is that it did a lot of things different from other games. The atmosphere is great. It feels like a real game, honestly. The ammo clips you have as a person are actual clips, where you don't have a maximum amount of ammo where if you shot one bullet and reloaded, you'd only waste one bullet. Instead, you'll actually waste 29 bullets because you pulled out a magazine and filled it with another one, which is more realistic and just cool overall. In addition, they didn't have just a, oh, the point counter has been reached, the other team won, end the game. They actually have a little transition where you can escape and get extra points, or destroy this dropship that helps people escape to get extra points if you're on the enemy team. So, it adds a lot more atmosphere. And right here even, a Titan pops out of the corner and it just looks so real, where a Titan actually would just pop out of nowhere to fight your own Titan and you have to hop out to escape. The atmosphere, the gameplay, everything about this game is just so perfect, and I can't wait to play it. I hope you guys are excited about this game just as much as I am. If you like the video, please like and favorite and maybe even share it. And if you're looking forward to more Titanfall gameplay, then subscribe to my channel. See you guys later.